to calculate the average of these grades, we want to see if a list type has some sort of mean or average method that allows us to get the average of its values. For that, we go to check with dir list. So list is the name that represents all lists. So that is a type, and this is an instance of that type, of the list type. Dir list. And let's have a quick look here. Do you have a mean or average method? I don't think so. So there's no method of the list type to allow us to calculate the average of list values. However, that doesn't mean there doesn't exist a mean method in Python to do that. Mean or average is not a method, but it can be a function. You remember the print function? So print, like that. You see that print doesn't need the dot notation to be used. Like, for example, the upper method did need a dot notation because upper is a method attached to the hello type. And print is a function, it's an independent function that works with many types, not only strings, not only integers, floats. You can print anything with print. That's why it's not attached to a specific type. So where do we see a complete list of functions that we can use? You can do that using dir again, underscore, underscore, built-ins, underscore, underscore, close parentheses. And that is a complete list of what you can use, built-in functions and also types in Python. Because here you'll also see like the list word that we used and str. And that's basically what Python has in a nutshell. So these functions and the methods of the types such as str and list and so on. These are actually the built-in features of Python, what comes with a Python installation. We will see later that there are also libraries made by other people. For example, to process images, to process pixels of an image. Python doesn't have that because that would be too much to be included in the Python default installation. So people have come up with libraries, which is still Python code, and we'll look at that later. So this external Python code that you can install as an add-on, as an extension, will allow you to make more operations. But the built-in Python is this basically. So let me see for a mean function or an average function. No, it's not there, okay. But there is a sum function. So what we can do is, let's say my sum, don't use sum as a variable name because you can see that sum is a reserved keyword. So sum student grades, that will give us the sum of these three numbers. And then we want to count how many items there are in that list. So do we have a count something there? Maybe not. Well, I know there's no count method. But we have this len, which means, you can check what it means. So return the number of items in a container. So a list is also referred to as a container. Let's say length equals to len student grades. And then finally we can get the mean, which is my sum divided by length, and print out the mean. Save. And that is the mean value of all those three numbers.